Good evening. I'm Charles Rourke reporting from Star News Central this evening. We have got a major fire in the community. It happened at the Brosville Fire Department, and we understand that a trucker there worth over $350,000 is a total loss. Bob Sharp joins us on the phone. We understand that this story began around 8 o'clock when the fire was first reported. We understand that 6 units from across the region responded, and as you can well see, we're looking at pictures that were taken there at the scene at around 9 p.m. where you can see the crash truck there worth over $350,000 totally destroyed, but you can see the building is still standing. But the big news tonight is that the volunteer fire department has a tremendous loss. We understand that insurance agents are there on the scene to make adjustments. Bob Sharp joins us on the phone. Bob, I know you've been monitoring things and so forth. When a fire department deals with a matter like this, losing a truck at $350,000, of course, you talk about departments that are total volunteer and so forth. This is a major loss, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. Major loss not only for the department, but of course for the community. And you can't help but recall some years back when the whole Brosville Fire Department burnt down itself, and it's a tragedy.
So this is not the first time they've had this problem?
No, not at all. It's been a while back, but the whole caught on fire inside the building and burned everything up and had to rebuild.
Right. They say that no one was hurt during this tragedy, but they said that fire departments from all around, I understand that they say 6 units, six different departments responded. Obviously, how would that work, Bob? You listen to the scanners all the time. I guess when the fire departments heard that call, they all went out to help, don't you think?
Well, what happens is once they usually do a two-alarm, which means 2 separate departments, and then once the person in charge, whether it be the fire chief or safety personnel, makes a quick determination, and then they alert the 911 center that it's a large enough fire that they need more water and more pumpers and more help from other departments.
We talked with some individuals there on the scene, some of the fire individuals, and they were in such shock. And they told me at this hour they really do not know what caused this fire. But you can see it's the bay here where the crash truck was sitting is where the major problems happened. And it seems to be that's where the fire, it really does seem like the possible vehicle could have caught on fire. I can tell you they were able to get most of the other vehicles out. I did see a charred ambulance there because from what I understand they house both the fire department and the rescue squads there. I did see some damage to one of the ambulances, but it didn't look too extreme. It looked like it was just cosmetic, but a major loss for these folks there in Brosville as they're dealing with this. And Bob telling us of another fire that they had in years past. So these people have had it pretty rough. As you're seeing video shot within the last few minutes here this evening. Bob, we've covered several tragedies with fire departments. I remember in Horse Pasture in Henry County, we had a tanker truck that turned over going to a fire, and it was, I think, a false alarm. I mean, these guys all the time have to deal with the expense of these trucks and the expense of doing what they do.
That's right, Charles, and they certainly probably have oxygen on board, things of that nature, other chemicals that might have enhanced the fire as it progressed. So imagine what a chaotic situation that was, not for the department there, but it's right there close to the community. Right.
Of course, this is real close to Chatmoss Cable, Gills 58, and so forth. And I'm sure being there on Route 58 helped because from what I understand, they had response coming from everywhere within 10 minutes. And I'm sure with the brotherhood of fire departments involved, that they responded quickly. And of course, if you're just joining us, major news coming out of Pittsylvania County tonight. The Brosville Community Volunteer Fire Department called a fire around 8 o'clock. We understand that the damages include the crash truck, and they are estimating right now that the value of that truck is over $350,000. I did have a chance to talk to the insurance adjuster. They're on scene. They told me that they would take care of this. And it was the husband-wife team. They're actually taking pictures of the situation right now. And the next question you wonder is how long will they be without a crash truck? I mean, it could be at least a month or two at least.
Well, Charles, probably they've got connections that they'll bring in some volunteers from other areas that will, may have a truck. It may be something different, something used or something. But I think they'll get that another vehicle there pretty quickly, at least on a loan situation anyway.
Right. Well, once again, for folks that are just joining us, breaking news here on Star News. This is one of the things we try to do is go into a regular scheduled programming when we have an event this major. It definitely will be affecting the Brosville community. As you can well see, the state troopers and the fire volunteers there all trying to figure out what they're doing. They are even making the fire officials stay behind that yellow line because the investigation starts now, from what I understand. They were waiting to get the fire folks there. Tell me how that process works, Bob.
Well, they want to get folks in there to make sure it's safe and secure the scene. And the first thing they want to do is try to determine the cause of the fire.
All right.
Certainly, we hope it's accidental, but in these situations, you never know.
All right. Well, Bob, thank you so much for your help tonight on this. Of course, you've covered volunteer fire departments for many, many years. You've actually been a volunteer yourself, so you know what they're dealing with tonight. And these people have to go out and give their time and then have fundraisers to raise money for these vehicles, and they do have insurance, from what I understand. That's probably the best part of the story tonight, is these vehicles are insured. All right, Bob, thank you so much.
Yes, sir.
All right. So we do have breaking news. We'll have more on this on WGSR 47.1 tomorrow afternoon during the afternoon newscast. Stay with us.